You know what my story has been. You know what I've been through. I don't know why you're laughing at me when I'm asking the court for help. I don't get no help. I have no mommy and daddy that will help me. My parents are toxic as I have nowhere to go. I'm doing the best I can.
Crow, is it Ms. Ryder now?
Sir.
All right. She is present. Ms. Spillane, can you update me as to this file, please?
Yes, sir. The defendant was arrested on an FOC bench warrant on November the 6th and then was arraigned before you the same date. You did a PR bond and instructed her to make a specific payment of $150 by 4:30 on November the 21st, and that she had to update her personal information form prior to being released from the jail, and then submit any requested information regarding her income withholding order and appear today. I did speak with the defendant on December 5th. She said that she would not be able to make that payment. We did discuss making any payment would be better than no payment. And I also emailed her or sent her some mail regarding motions that she was requesting.
So she's not paid her $150?
No, sir.
And she updated her address and contact information?
It appears so.
And has she not submitted any income withholding information?
I do know that she spoke with the other case manager that she also has a case with, and was told to try and get the federal ID number for her employer so we can get that income withholding order actually active.
All right, Ms. Ryder, what do you have to say for yourself?
Okay, so my hours got cut drastically. I'm only making 8 hours a week at my job. I broke my phone, so I haven't been able to get into my pay stubs to show you guys. I do have the Lifelens app that shows my schedule and how many hours I worked.
Buckle up, guys. Today we are stepping into a courtroom drama that starts with raw emotion and desperation. From the very first second, you can feel the tension as the defendant pleads for understanding, emphasizing her lack of support and the toxic environment she claims to be trapped in. She is visibly emotional, almost on the edge, setting the stage for conflict. The opening is short but powerful, instantly drawing the audience into her struggle. This segment is all about empathy, vulnerability, and the high stakes she faces. Right here, we already sense that her story is going to be challenged. The tension is palpable, and the audience immediately connects with her desperation. You can see the fear of being unheard and unsupported, and that emotional hook is what keeps viewers glued. It's the perfect cold open that establishes both character and drama. By the end of this brief segment, you are fully aware that the courtroom isn't just a legal battleground, it's also an emotional arena.
I'm in the process of getting transferred to West Branch, to the McDonald's, so I can get more hours there because we have new management at my job. I've been trying to get the income withholding in. I've been trying to get the ID number, but my boss has not been in. She's been in Mayo. So I'm actually interviewing for a second job at Myers today at 2:30. I can make a $25 payment to both of my child supports, but that's all I have right now. I have not been making very many hours. I'm trying to make as many, work as much as I can and to start making payments.
When you say that you're trying to work as much as you can and your job is only giving you 8 hours a week, what are you doing with the other 6 days of the week?
I have been looking for work. I have had numerous interviews. I can't DoorDash because of previous court history from almost 7 years ago. So I didn't qualify for DoorDash. I have been trying to ask my boss for more hours, and I just have not been getting any. With my boyfriend right now, we owe almost $750 in property taxes. My electricity bill is $300. My propane bill is $600, and we are sinking. I'm literally been begging my boss for more hours. Every day. I call work every day asking if I can work. That's why I'm trying to be transferred to West Branch. But the West Branch manager is on vacation and she won't be in until next week.
Take a breath, Ms. Ryder. I need to be able to speak to you.
Yes, sir.
How many job applications have you put in this month?
I have put in 11.
Alright, guys, now the courtroom starts laying out the facts, and the stakes become very clear. The prosecutor outlines the arrest, bond conditions, and missed payments in meticulous detail, creating an undeniable picture of noncompliance. The judge carefully confirms these details, emphasizing that the defendant hasn't fulfilled her obligations. You can see how the legal framework is being established. The audience understands exactly why she is in this situation. This segment is less emotional and more structural, but the suspense builds because the consequences are looming. Every line about the missed payment adds weight, showing that reality doesn't bend for excuses. This is the phase where tension moves from personal struggle to legal jeopardy. It also establishes a benchmark for accountability and makes the audience anticipate how she will defend herself. The segment is a masterclass in showing tension through procedural clarity. It's short, but it carries the narrative forward and sets the stage for her explanation.
So 1 a day?
Yes, sir.
That's not a lot.
I didn't have a phone. My phone broke. My boyfriend literally just forked out another $50 we didn't have so I could have a cell phone to be in court today.
Does your boyfriend have a phone?
Yes, sir, but I haven't been able to use it. He barely lets me use his phone.
I find that hard to believe.
It's true, Your Honor. We've been having severe issues.
Is he still in the house?
Yes, sir.
You're telling me that you can't politely ask him to borrow his phone so that you can contact employers?
I have asked, Your Honor. I literally asked him to use his phone to call my dad a few days ago. And
You also told me that you've been calling your boss every day and asking for more hours. What phone are you using for that?
now that I have mine, I've been using mine, but we work at the same job. So if work calls him, I talk to the boss. When he
So
goes
you are using his phone.
when work calls, I will ask to use the phone, yes, sir. And I have been asking to use the phone. But that's why he paid to get me my own.
Now, we enter the heart of her defense, and things get personal. The defendant explains her drastically reduced work hours, broken phone, and the struggles she faces in trying to maintain employment. She offers small payments she can manage and details the mounting financial pressures, from electricity bills to property taxes. This segment humanizes her, showing the audience the genuine hardships she claims to be facing. You feel the conflict between empathy and skepticism building, because while her story is compelling, the audience starts to sense that there may be inconsistencies. Each line she speaks adds layers to her character, vulnerable, overwhelmed, and desperate for a solution. The tension rises as viewers wonder whether her explanations will be enough to satisfy the court. This section is crucial because it gives context, paints a vivid picture of her struggles, and primes the audience for the judge's upcoming scrutiny. By the end, the stakes feel even higher.
Ms. Ryder, it is really hard to believe you when you tell me those kind of stories.
It's not a story, Your Honor, I swear.
It must be incredibly hard to live your life that way.
I have proof that I'm working. And I can
8 hours a week doesn't cut it. That's not working. That's a part-time gig at best.
for more hours, Your Honor. I'm literally I'm waiting for the other manager to come back so I can transfer to another store. I have an interview at 2:30 today for Myers.
I heard you. I heard you when you said that.
And I am supposed to work tomorrow.
Ms. Spillane, How much in arrears is Ms. Crow Ryder?
Here comes the turning point, and the courtroom tension escalates sharply. The judge begins questioning her credibility, challenging her job search efforts, and scrutinizing the phone story. You can sense the power dynamics shifting. What started as her personal plea is now being dismantled. The audience is on edge as the judge methodically points out weaknesses in her explanation, highlighting that 8 hours of work per week is inadequate. Her responses become defensive, and the emotional stakes heighten. This segment is a classic credibility showdown, showing how courtroom pressure can expose gaps between story and reality. Each exchange builds suspense, making viewers wonder whether she will be held fully accountable or find a lifeline. The dialogue is crisp, intense, and loaded with tension, perfectly suited for engaging storytelling. By the end of this part, the judge clearly establishes dominance, and the audience feels the strain of imminent consequences.
Ms. Spillane, I believe you're still on mute.
My apologies. She has their current balance today of $2,308.81.
And what is her monthly obligation?
$51.
So she's 46 months behind.
She's quite a bit behind. The last payment we have received for this specific docket was back in May of 25 in the amount of $5.08.
Now, we reach the emotional and factual climax. The judge reveals that she is 46 months behind on payments, having not paid in 6 months, which shocks both the defendant and the audience. Her emotional response is intense, referencing past jail experiences and expressing fear of returning. This is raw courtroom drama at its finest. The clash of reality versus personal struggle creates maximum suspense. The judge remains firm, controlling the room and refusing to let emotion override obligation. The audience witnesses both vulnerability and accountability collide in real time. Every word she speaks heightens tension, as viewers are invested in whether she can meet the legal expectations. This is the point where empathy, fear, and legal consequences intersect perfectly. The segment is impactful because it combines factual revelation with a highly charged emotional reaction, making it unforgettable. By the end, the court is set to issue a decisive ultimatum.
Mrs. Ryder, are you kidding me? You haven't made a payment in 6 months and you're 46 months behind, and you're coming to me with this kind of story?
You know,
I'm sorry, ma'am.
You know what my story has been. You know what I've been through. I don't know why you're laughing at me when I'm asking the court for help. I don't get no help. I have no mommy and daddy that will help me. My parents are toxic as fuck. I have nowhere to go. I'm doing the best I can. I have been begging my boss every day for hours to work. I don't want to go back to jail. The last time I was in jail, you think I want to go back?
She said the last time she was in jail, she got essayed.
Do you know who you're talking to? Ma'am, do you know who you're talking to?
No.
Great. Then ask for help and clean up your language when you do so. Here's the deal. I do know who I'm talking to. I do know what your circumstances are, and I do know how you feel, but just because you feel bad doesn't change reality. It doesn't, I'm not asking you to talk. This is my time to talk. Just because you feel bad about something doesn't change reality. You have an obligation. It is a very small obligation. It's $50 a month. That should be easy.
Finally, the courtroom drama reaches resolution, and the stakes are crystal clear. The judge lays down a strict ultimatum: $102 due before the January hearing or a 7-day jail sentence, repeated monthly if noncompliance continues. The defendant asks about seeing her child, but the judge shuts down unrelated questions, reinforcing authority. The audience feels the weight of consequence, understanding that the law is absolute, regardless of personal hardship. This is the resolution phase, where tension peaks but clarity is provided. The judge's directives are concise and unyielding, creating a sense of finality. Every word reinforces accountability, making it clear the court is both firm and procedural. This segment delivers closure while leaving viewers reflecting on the balance of empathy, responsibility, and legal authority. The drama ends, but the emotional impact lingers.
I'm going to give you an opportunity to go to your job and get that interview done and get a second job. But my patience has reached its end. We're going to bump this into January, and I'm going to tell you ahead of time what's going to happen. You're either going to make a full payment for December and a full payment in January prior to the next hearing. That's $102, right? $102 prior to the next court hearing, or you're going to jail for 7 days, period, end of story. $102 by January. Ms. Spillane, put this on the January 23rd docket for me, please. So you've got 6 weeks to come up with $102, period. I can't hear what you're saying. Try again. You said something about your phone, but that's all I can hear.
Can I pay by phone?
Yes, you can pay however you need to pay.
Okay.
We're going to do this every month for the next 6 months. That means your payment has to be in before the next hearing happens every month. And if it's not, you're going to jail for 7 days. And then you're going to get out of jail and you're going to have that same requirement. And if you get behind, it's going to add on to the next month. So for the next 6 months, you're going to see me. And there's not going to be any crying. There's not going to be any yelling. There's not going to be anything. I'm just going to ask, did you make your payment? If yes, we move it to the next month. If no, you go to jail for 7 days. That's as easy as I can make it. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir. How do I go about seeing my daughter that I haven't seen since she was 5?
If you want, I'm not here to talk about parenting time. If you want to have parenting time, you follow whatever the court order says, or you file a motion. That's not what today is about. If you have other questions about that, you call the friend of the court's office and they will assist you with those questions. So it's either follow what the court order says or file a motion or call the friend of the court's office. Ms. Spillane, is there anything else that we can do today?
No, sir.
That'll be the court's order. You're free to go, ma'am.